I see that many people are hesitant to open Wyze V3 cameras. They think it's kind of hard and they can break the seal or something. This is an outdoor camera which is used with this kind of monstrosity. It's a floodlight camera which was sitting here on top, and it doesn't work right, so I had to remove it. And this camera will be used for experiments, for testing the firmware and how it interacts with that floodlight. As you see, it has a nice, unusual color. That's because I painted it. Yeah, I paint things and they hold up pretty well. All the scuffs you can see there from me removing this camera. It spent 2 years on the outside. Never had a problem with that, except for the floodlight, which lived its own life and it turns on and off on its own, and not when I wanted to. So I had to remove it. Today we are opening this camera and I can show you how easy it can be done. And we start from this bezel on the front. I use a small metallic, very thin picker, and I slide it. I like to do it at the bottom, and I slide it here and I unglue this stuff. Then I work my way around and you can see that it pops out right away. Underneath you see 3 rubber plugs. You have to be careful with this, because if you don't have a proper instrument, you will end up pushing those plugs very deep and it's very hard to remove them. So I use this, my famous tweezers, and I go from a side and I just pick it up and remove it. And then I go for another one, the same thing, and the last one. Lovely. And what we have to do now, I'm going to use a long screwdriver because these screws are really, really deep, like that. But this one is flat and I need a Phillips. So now I've got another one which is flat again, but this one is tiny enough and I can unscrew it. You have only 3 screws in this camera, and they hold this inner part in place. Just 3 of these, and we can walk them out. Yeah, so the hard part is done, and what is left is just pulling the insides outside of the shell. But be aware that this part is protected with a rubber O-ring, which you have to be careful about. And I just use it like that. You can see this rubber ring. And you walk around just a little bit and you pull your insides and you've got access to the camera. This is the UART. You will connect your ground, transmit and receive. I don't remember the order, but you can look it up in our wiki page, and you connect this here. It's a standard 254 pitch. Very easy. You can put a header on this one and just plug your wire like this, and you have access to your Wyze V3.